Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Marquette Golden Eagles Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Our Golden Eagles coming at 4-0 for just the second time here in program history, looking for our first ever 5-0 start, and we've actually never even gone on a 5-game winning streak before. A very good win last time out against Tennessee at Neyland Stadium, where we overcame a 13-point deficit, also playing in the rain. A matchup here against the 1-3 Washington Huskies, a disappointing season as they haven't had a more than a 4-loss season during the Steve Sarkisian era yet, or at least over the course of this series. 9-4 the past two seasons, 10-4 and 10-3 prior to that. So a down year here for the Huskies as they look to get back on the right track, but we're going to try and stand in their way and stay undefeated. Still not ranked, although we are receiving some votes now at least, as we do lose the opening coin toss, and we will start with the ball here today from the BMO Bradley Center. And now UW on for the kickoff as we're underway from Milwaukee. Williamson just going to knee this one as we'll start from the 25. A few big name recruits in attendance today, including number 10 tight end in the nation, Tyson Williams, our top target this recruiting cycle. So it's going to be imperative that we get 100 receiving yards for our tight end. First pass here, we're going to just dump one off for McBride as he struggles to get going, but still picks up a couple. Steven Goodman, another player visiting today, a 4-star athlete who we really like as a free safety. And now Craig Jones will get a turn, and he really doesn't get anything. 3rd and 9 coming up. The Golden Eagles offense has been clicking like never before so far to start this season. Now 3rd and 9 looking to avoid a 3-and-out here to start the day. Walker takes the snap. We have Kevin Coleman there. Walker sat in the pocket well, even with the pressure breaking down. Still delivers a good ball there for Coleman as they move the chains. Kevin Coleman had a nice 17-yard touchdown last week. The true junior now in a starting role. Walker again from the shotgun takes the snap. We have a man all the way over there. That's Doug Childress. Wasn't even in frame there, only gets a couple. 2nd and 8, Marquette at the 42. As they'll get back to McBride, and he'll work that to the 45. Walker again from the shotgun with Craig Jones in the backfield. Walker takes the snap. And we threw that way too early. Lee on the interception. We were trying to get Jack Mason. Should have let him break across the field a little bit more. And I saw that right when I threw it. That's Simon Lee, a 72 overall starter at strong safety. Just the 2nd interception of this season so far for Greg Walker. Only the 2nd time we've turned the ball over. Now Washington takes over from the 45. Troy Williams, the quarterback. As they'll give here for Zach Hughes. And Hughes tackled there by Bobby Price. A good 4-yard gain. UW brings a pro-style offense, but it looks like they will bring tempo as well. Another give here for Hughes. And he stood up there by Price. Now 3rd and 2. And they'll give back to Hughes here. Good vision as he hits a hole, finds an open lane, gets 7. Now in the I formation, 1st and 10. Jones the tight end in motion, Williams to pass. His first drop back of the day, and he's going to be corralled there by Mike Johnson. Sacked at the line of scrimmage, now 2nd and 10. John Ross there in motion. And they'll fake the end around. You got to be weary of Ross's speed as Antonio Carr there to stand up Williams on the edge. 3rd and 13. And with that, we'll take a look at the UW offensive players. And we'll start with John Ross. 92 overall, 99 speed, 99 acceleration. So you always got to be weary of his speed. Good catching at 89, decent route runner at 84, 86 spec catch, 86 elusive, 84 juke, 83 spin. So you definitely want to keep the ball out of his hands. Not the most refined wide receiver, but a killer athlete. He could burn us deep. Joining him in the receiving corps is fellow senior Brent Fuller, 6'4", 216, another 93 overall, 92 speed, 99 acceleration, 94 route running. So he's fast, he can get open, and he has the 91 catching, a 95 carrying, and 91 release. So 2 different skill sets there at the receiving position for Troy Williams, this redshirt senior quarterback at 95 overall, a very good athlete under center with 84 speed, 86 acceleration, 80 agility. His awareness already gets a boost at 83 now. Throw power at 89 and throw accuracy at 93. So definitely a good arm back there. His first year as his first year of action 721 yards, 6 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, completion at 52.9. At running back, there's Zach Hughes, who we've seen get a few nice carries already, 89 overall with 91 speed acceleration. Not the most agile, but passable at 83. 90 break tackle with 91 elusiveness, 91 juke, and 87 spin. So far on the season, 6 yards per carry, 250 yards. At tight end, they have Phillip Jones, just a 74 overall sophomore. Not a good athlete, but decent catching and decent blocking. We'll go down the line now. Left tackle, James Ryan, just a 73 overall. And I mean, that's probably a spot we can exploit. Left guard, an 80 overall true sophomore, Frank Mason. Very good athlete and more of a run blocker there on the left side. At center, there's Matt Moses, 84 overall, and definitely more of a run blocker as well. Cedric Rucker, a true freshman at right guard, more of a pass blocker. And he used to be a very good player, probably one of the top interior linemen from this past recruiting cycle. And then at right tackle, a true junior, 82 overall, Lamont Harris, another very good run blocker on this line. Now we'll pick it back up here. 3rd and 13 from the 31. Hughes the lone back. Williams makes an adjustment, drops back now. He's going to go deep. He has a man, and his man can't hang it in. I think it might have hit off the hands. We've been really good with not using our corners in those deep shots. A lot of times it doesn't pay off, and there we did user him, and we didn't get the jump there for the interception, but luckily, I think that went through the hands of the wide receiver. A good ball from Williams now, a field goal attempt, and that's way off. So clearly UW's field goal kicker, not really someone we have to worry about. Still nothing. We survive after the turnover. The Huskies failed to capitalize after the turnover, and we like to see that. Now Walker, drop back here to start this drive, and Josh Terry got jammed there, couldn't find his footing over the middle, and that pass goes astray. Terry has been our most dynamic receiver so far. He was not ready that time. Or maybe Walker just a little early. So they're showing press there against Childress. I think I might try to get him vertically. Walker takes the snap. They do bring pressure. Got to run for our life here. I think we'll just try and scramble for some positive yards as Walker does get a couple. That corner all over Childress there on the press. Took him a while there to get off the line. Now 3rd and 8. Walker again takes the snap. UW brings pressure. Dump that off for Jack Mason. And he's short of the first down. The knee goes down. 4th and inches from the 41. And we haven't been too aggressive in these spots this season, but I think here we go for it. 4th and inches we'll give to Jeff Harris as he does get ahead for the first down. Next year, it's going to be Josh Terry getting the handoff in those spots as the fullback. I really like the versatility he presents. We had to get him on the field, so start him off at slot receiver where he's been eaten. And now Walker, another drop back. We'll swing that out again for Jack Mason. Mason breaks a tackle. The agility not the best, steers him out of bounds, but we'll take 14. Now about a 1/5 of the way to our tight end receiving goal. We got to get that boost for Tyson Williams, the number 10 tight end in the country. Now first down, we'll give it to Craig Jones. And nothing doing that time. Stood up on the edge. And that's going to go for a 1-yard loss. Walker back directly under center. 4 receivers on the field for Marquette. Walker takes the snap. We'll just go for Kenneth Pope there. A short one. And so he gets 4, 3rd and 7. Kenneth Pope had his first career touchdown last week. I think it was a nice 20-yard pass. Walker squeezed it in through coverage. Now 3rd and 7, Walker from the shotgun. Going to take the snap, roll to the right. We do have a man over the middle now. That's Childress again as he comes up with a catch. 19 yards, I think, into the red zone now. Marquette now from the 21, just outside the red zone. They go back to Craig Jones. Good spin move as Craig Jones works that head for 10, our best run so far. So for the tight end receiving goal, for your recruit bonus, you need 100 receiving yards by a tight end. Is that, combined between all your tight ends, or is it just one specific tight end? Now 1st and 10, just outside what would be 1st and goal territory. Jack Mason, and he hauls it in the back corner of the end zone. We hit Jack Mason again. We need the tight end to get going, and he hauls that one in. His 3rd touchdown grab already as he pulled away there from the linebacker. And look at that. keeping the feed, and that's an NFL catch in the back corner of the end zone. Love to see it. At this pace, certainly going to hit the tight end receiving goal of 100 yards to Jack Mason. Maybe we'll just have to keep eyeing him up and going his way. Now Holmes will take it out of his own end zone here for UW's first return. Breaks the tackle and then hit down there at the 36. UW ran the ball pretty well in their first time out, but missed a field goal attempt. Now Marquette up 7-0. Williams back to pass. And swing that towards the sideline for Holmes, who we just saw in the kick return. And he's hit by Bobby Price, 7 yards. 2nd and 3 now. Marquette stacking the line as Williams will keep on a fake end around. And Bobby Price there to make the stop, no gain. UW gets set back up, 3rd and 2 now. And Bobby Price again there to make the run stop. And a 3 and out for the Huskies. UW now punting short of their own 40. Less than a minute remaining here in this first quarter. Kevin Davis on for the return. And so kick that towards the right side. A good block shed there from Edwards on special teams. Made a good tackle. And now we'll go ahead and look at the UW impact players on defense, starting with Elijah Qualls. Perhaps the most dominant defensive tackle in the nation at 96 overall. A decent athlete at 6'2", 310 with a 68 speed, 80 acceleration, 86 awareness, 91 strength with 93 power move, 87 finesse, 86 block shed, and the 96 hit power. At right end, there's fellow redshirt senior Joe Mathis, 87 overall. Very good athlete at 6'4", 270 with 82 speed, 85 acceleration, 86 power move, and a decent finesse move and block shed as well. 13.5 sacks over his career. At left end, there's Randy Carter, 87 overall at just a true junior. Good tackler, more of a run stopper with the 88 block shed. Impact player right now for the Huskies with 3.5 sacks already on the year. The linebacking core is led by 6'2", 236 senior middle linebacker Sean Constantine, 90 overall, good athlete with 84 speed, 89 acceleration, 88 play rec, 81 block shed. Wish that was a little bit better, but the pursuit very well. 81 zone, 85 hit power, and he can get after the quarterback with 83 finesse move. At right outside linebacker, a true freshman Justin Jones at 77 overall, already a very good athlete, strong tackler, strong play rec, but the other traits need to round out a bit, but a very promising future here, one of the best linebackers in last year's recruiting class. The Huskies are down their starting corner, so Paul Edwards will slide into that spot. Tremendous athlete with the 94 speed, 98 acceleration, getting an overall boost now up to 87 with 94 man, 90 zone. Not the best press, but definitely good at 85. I think we already saw him jam up Childress earlier. 86 play rec, 85 pursuit, 91 jump. Opposite Edwards is Daniel Hargrove, a true junior at 86 overall, 94 speed, 87 acceleration with 97 zone, 91 man, 88 press, and 94 play rec, 88 pursuit, 91 jumping. So two stellar athletes on the outside for the Huskies. At free safety is 87 overall, Thomas Frederick, 6'1", 231 at free safety, 97 acceleration, speed, agility in the high 80s. A good tackler, very good zone, and good press. So more of a cover safety, but he can pursue the run at 87, and he does have good tackle. Then there's Simon Lee, who recorded his first career interception, just a 71 overall starter at strong safety, probably the weakest starter on this entire team, and he picks off Greg Walker on the opening drive. Now we'll pick it back up for another Marquette offensive drive, starting here from the 25. 44 seconds left in the first. I'll go back to Craig Jones, as that's closed quickly, just 1 yard. Now 2nd and 9. I think we might be able to get Mason here. That safety playing a little off, so we might be able to take advantage. And this will probably be the last play here in this first quarter. Walker takes the snap. And we do have Mason. I don't know why I was trying to throw on the run there. And that forced an ill-advised pass, incompletion. And we needed those receiving yards to Mason. Missed opportunity there. Needed a set and throw there. Didn't really realize I was on the run with Walker. Now 3rd and 9. This is going to be the last play here of the first quarter. UW brings pressure. And again, we're throwing off our back foot. Probably should have let that one develop a little bit better. Kind of what happened on the interception. Got rid of it too quickly, but I'll take a 7-0 lead. We are going to have to punt to start the second. Our offense, a few miscues there in the passing game, but I think we'll be all right. UW going to bring more pressure here as they have on defense. They're going to send the house here on the pump block. which will give our gunners time to get down there. Or they faked the pump block at least, had a few guys back in coverage, as that's fielded by Holmes. Destroys Perkins there and works ahead for 8 yards past the 35. UW will now open with 4 receivers to start this drive. Williams fakes it. Has a man there off the play action. That's Holmes. Holmes stiff arms Williamson, and then Chris Carter there to clean it up, 20 yards. UW now from the 45. Williams in the shotgun. They're going to delay give there for Hughes, and Mike Johnson destroys him off the edge. And Mike Johnson has really emerged over the past couple seasons as one of our more consistent players up front. Now 2nd and 12, Williams directly under center as he does drop back. He's going to be hit as he throws. Again, that's Mike Johnson crashing in and delivering a big hit. Now another 3rd and long for UW. Now we've already seen the Huskies really don't have a good field goal kicker, so they're going to have to get a first down here if they want points. And they will swing that for Jones. And he gets ahead for the first down. I don't know how Carter wasn't there to bring him down. And Jones breaks the tackle, works that up the sideline, 26 yards. A big conversion there. I thought we had him for sure, but Carter couldn't come up with this stop, and that's their tight end, just a 74, 72 overall. And there's Troy Walker working laterally as he crashes in to stop that run. A big tackle for loss for the freshman. Zach Hughes, a few negative carries here after a promising start. 2nd and 12 now from the 24. Williams to pass. We'll just get Mitchell there as Price kind of sideswiped him. And Mitchell does fall to the turf. Couldn't keep his balance. Now 3rd and 3. Let's go zone blitz. Williams has had good composure when we brought pressure. Fuller in motion. And they will just give to Hughes up the middle. A good play call. You got to account for these perimeter receivers, working into the backfield like that. They have blazing speed. 2nd and goal this time. Levon Coleman checks into the game at running back. Williams to pass. Swing that towards the sideline for Holmes. Another strong finish there from Holmes, but luckily Bobby Price got there to clean it up. 3rd and goal now. UW gets set now at the 5. Williams to pass. And again, just going to chuck it away. And now 4th and goal. I wonder if they're going to bring out the field goal unit. As they do, a chip shot here to get UW on the board. Kick is up, and that does get in there. So the Huskies do get on the board. Only a field goal, as our defense, our red zone defense this season has been super strong so far. And the Marquette offense back out there, as they'll start here with Craig Jones. Good blocking to the outside from Heidemann. And Jones gets ahead for 10 yards, 2nd and inches. We're really going to miss Randy Heidemann and Sean Murphy at left tackle, left guard, respectively. That's going to be a big hit going into next season on our offensive line. Now McBride will get into the action, a 4-yard run up the middle. We've had tremendous stability up front over the last 2-3 seasons, but we're going to lose 2 starters next year. At least the whole right side will stay the same. Watkins in motion, Craig Jones back out there as he gets the give. Breaks the tackle, but then brought down. I think it's going to be a face mask out on 15. That'll put the Golden Eagles across midfield, a fresh set of downs. Walker takes the snap. UW brings pressure again. We'll dump that off for Jack Mason, and he'll get another 12. Mason out 43 receiving yards, accounting for just about half of Walker's total so far. And I'll go back to Craig Jones. Good blocking to the outside, but a good block shed there by Joe Mathis to make the stop, 2 yards. 2nd and 8 from the 33. Walker takes the snap. Quick dump off there for Doug Childress, as he'll work that ahead for 16. First down there for the Golden Eagles inside the 20. McBride in motion there from the backfield. Walker trying to maneuver the pocket as it closed in, but couldn't get away. And Randy Carpenter comes down with the sack, working there against Richard Walker, and nowhere for Greg Walker to go. Now 2nd and 17, that one sets us back a little bit. And we'll go for a carry here for Jones, and nothing doing again, a 1-yard loss. Craig Jones really struggling to get going so far. Now 3rd and 18, maybe at the tip of Castillo field goal range. Walker takes the snap. We went slant bubble, and we had Terry streaking up the sideline, but Elijah Qualls got in too quickly And we took a sack. Now probably out of field. Look at that pull against Sean Murphy. And then just delivers a blow on Greg Walker. Again, sitting in the pocket too long. And this UW defensive line now kind of getting to us. So 4th and 21 from our own 27. The game telling us to go for it. I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. Not much upside in a punt at this spot, even though 4th and 21, you know, very unlikely to convert, but I feel like we have hit in some of these spots before. Walker now from the shotgun. Pressure breaks down quickly, and we go back even further. We just fall apart on that drive. What are we doing? As Joe Math is chasing Walker, and he gets home. The UW defensive line kind of taking over now. Like I said, maybe Greg Walker a little rattled for maybe the first time this season. A delay give for Hughes to start the drive, breaks a Williamson tackle, and then Chris Carter gets there for the stop. Just trying to do too much in that spot. Definitely should have more than 7 points on the board at this point. At least our defense is holding up so far. Williams a quick dump off there for Holmes. And Holmes has been very good in this one. Mark Henry on the solo stop. 1st and 10, they just go for Jones out of the backfield. He gets 3. 2nd and 7 now, less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Williams takes the snap. And he has Ross over the middle, and Bobby Price there for the stop. A first down for the Huskies. UW now inside the 30. Williams takes the snap, and he'll just throw that one away, as we've seen a lot today. Now 2nd and 10, Williams takes the snap. He'll just dump it off for Davaris Daniels. Now 3rd and inches. And movement up front, a false start. And that's critical. 3rd and inches goes to a 3rd and 5 as they come out in the I formation. Williams makes an adjustment. And that's going to be a delay give for Hughes, and Robert Williamson coming from his corner spot to make a big tackle in the backfield. Marquette will take a timeout. And UW going to have to go for a 43-yard field goal. The first one way off. I'm not really sure where that was from. I think it was like 47 or something like that. This one from 41, so a little more manageable. As the kick is up, and that's off the crossbar. Those are off the right upright and out. First studio update of the day. North Carolina leading number 20 Wake Forest 21-14. And we beat the Tar Heels a few weeks back. Mitch Trubisky having a good day there. So both teams just do not want to take control here. A lot of points left on the board from both sides. Now Walker out there empty, a minute 8. They go play action jet sweep, and Elijah Qualls again. We should have got that off for RB. A little rattled. It's certainly true, as Qualls destroys Sean Murphy there. And that's one of the best, if not the best, D tackle in the nation. Trying to do too much. Let's just run it here and take it into halftime. We're going to go draw here for McBride, and he can't get anything going. As UW now going to take a timeout. Play into our hand. Wasn't even thinking about it. Definitely should have let more clock run there. And now 3rd and 15. I'll go with a little option here. It might work out. Works pretty well. I wasn't going to risk a pitch there. Walker does get 10, but still short. 4th and 5. Eddie Stevens now on for another punt. I think just his 2nd of the day, if I'm not mistaken. That one up, going to be fielded at the 20. And there's Holmes again. He's been very good. Although Mike Carroll, a strong one-on-one tackle. 30 seconds remaining for UW. 1 timeout. See if the Huskies can get some late hits here and get in field goal range. Williams from the shotgun. Jones in motion. And Williams does take the snap. Perkins loses track of Fuller there over the middle, but stopped short of the first down marker. The time will continue to run. As we now hit 20 seconds. Williams directly under center, 2nd and 2. Wasting some time there. Finally calls a snap. And that's Jones over the middle, and Carter breaks on that one. 3rd and 2, 11 seconds. Williams out from the shotgun. They'll just give to Hughes here. I think that's Carter. That's Chris Carter on the stop. As UW does take another timeout. They're really going for it here, aren't they? 4th and inches. And we're just going to play off here. Cover 4. As we just expect a deep heave at this point, you would think. As Williams takes the snap. And he will just chuck that downfield. And Robert Williamson couldn't come away with the interception. That was a deep heap there for John Ross, and somehow Marquette leading at halftime. Both teams really leaving a lot on the table here. The defense is, especially UW's defense, really coming alive. Their defensive line is taking it over here, putting matters into their own hands. So we're going to have to try and rework things. Greg Walker, probably a much-needed halftime. As like I've been stressing, definitely getting rattled here. This defensive line getting in his head, but we'll see how we respond coming into the second half. UW will have the ball as they trail 7-3. Two backs out there, Levon Coleman and Zach Hughes, as they try and set up a screen here. And Carter misses there one-on-one, going for the hit stick. Got to just go for the dive in that spot. Hughes will take that for 14 and a first down. A good opening play here out of the gate to start the second half for the Huskies. Williams gets set back up. Now Coleman in there at fullback as they keep both backs out there. Hughes breaks a couple tackles, breaking another one. And he got 12. He's not messing around either. First and 10 now. UW already across midfield on just 2 plays. Another delay give there for Hughes as he breaks away from the D-line. Kenny Johnson there to make the stop. Now 2nd and 4. As they will go back to Hughes. Bobby Price there. Hughes ran into his own line, and Price, a good break on the ball, gets the tackle for a loss. Now 3rd and 5. Williams takes the snap here. Going to dump that off for Hughes, and Jake Witherspoon all over that one as this UW drive stalls out. They try to go back to the screen, and it doesn't work that well that time. Jake Witherspoon all over it, the sophomore D tackle. So what looked to be a promising drive for the Huskies stalls out as they're going to have to punt from Marquette territory. That's Miles on the punt, and that's probably going to bounce in for a touchback. The Marquette offense, desperate to get something going, really struggled there at the end of that first half. And we'll go here, a give for McBride. That's a tough run for 4. 2nd and 6 now. Walker takes the snap. Rolls to the right. We go downfield here for Coleman. And a good play on the ball there from Thomas Frederick. A risky throw from Walker. Now 3rd and 6. We'll go kick read option for Walker. And nothing doing. Had a lane up the middle, but Walker couldn't cut into it. Sean Constantine, the middle linebacker, on the stop. As we'll trade punts here to start the second half. Another one here for Eddie Stevens. The offense is just really struggling to find some flow here. This one going to be fielded at the 27. That's Holmes again. Breaks the tackle and works that for 16 to the 45. Good field position for the Huskies starting at the 46-yard line. Williams will pass here. And he'll just chuck that one towards the Marquette sideline. 2nd and 10. Williams to pass again. Goes towards the sideline for Hughes. Has a strong stiff arm there against Williamson. Then forced out as Zach Hughes picks up another 14. 1st and 10. UW gets set back up now from the 40. And Williams going to dump that off again for Hughes. But Chris Carter all over at that time for the 1-yard loss. Now 2nd and 11. And Williams again will just throw it out of bounds. What is going on? 3rd and 11. The Huskies at risk of stalling out another drive that looks promising with a good field position. Williams to pass. And he's going to be brought down. I'm not sure if that was Johnson or Walker. I think that's Troy Walker, his first career sack. And a big one to force him back. And not that they were in field goal range, but I think if he had a man open downfield, or if he had more time to hit an open man downfield, that obviously wouldn't bode well for us. So UW again backtracks, and they'll have to punt in Marquette territory. The Miles punt again goes for a touchback, as the Marquette offense will take over from the 20. Walker to pass here. Roll to the right. Go for Josh Terry. Finally, Terry gets involved a little bit. And another big catch as he drags the man across the 45. 26 yards for Josh Terry. 1st and 10. Marquette desperate for that big play. Needed some life here on offense. Walker takes the snap. Just dumped that off again for Childress. I think his 4th catch of the day. That one for 7. 2nd and 3. The Golden Eagles across midfield. Go with an end around here for Kevin Coleman. And nothing opened up for him. Ran into his own man. No gain. 3rd and 4. And they're going to go to the run. McBride. And again, Marquette drive stalls out. That was Paul Edwards having a very good game there at corner, stepping up into a starting role, coming in and making a big play off the edge. 4th and 4, and Stevens again will punt. We haven't had a punt in our UW territory quite yet. I don't know how I feel about this one. Taking me a while to get set. And we'll roll with that. And could have done a little bit better, as that will go for a touchback. Both offenses really don't want to win this game. We had some good promise early on and then just really fell off. UW now from the 20, and they'll give to Zach Hughes. Good tackle there by Kevin Davis, standing strong in the hole, 4 yards. Now 2nd and 6 as John Ross goes in motion. And he will just get the quick hitch there. A big hit by Bobby Price. 3rd and inches. We're going to just bring pressure here. And they go with the option. And Chris Carter gets in the backfield. A good play call there. Really cut off their leverage. And Zach Hughes brought down for a short loss there. And now the Huskies again are going to have to punt. Just going back and forth, trading punts. I'd rather trade touchdowns, but I guess it's not bad once in a while to have a game script like this. Kevin Davis on the punt return, as they'll just take that out towards the 40. Marquette will start with 4 receivers as Walker takes the snap. We'll just dump that off for McBride on that halfback option, and he gets 7. 2nd and 3 from the 46. Walker takes the snap. We go mesh, and a good play there again by Paul Edwards, sticking there with Childress underneath and getting the hand in. Marquette just 2 for 9 on 3rd down. 3rd and 3 here. Walker takes the snap. And we have Jack Mason. He makes another catch, breaks a tackle, still going as Jack Mason works it to the 35. 62 receiving yards. We need 38 more. I did not expect Mason's, prowess as a pass catcher this year, but not only is he proving to be reliable, he's making stuff happen after the catch. And now we'll go back to the run here for McBride as Sean Constantine. Tremendous pursuit there on the shoestring tackle, no gain. Now 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Marquette driving, trying to add on. There's Kenneth Pope, and he drops it. A very good route. Maybe heard the footsteps, and he dropped that one. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 now from the 35. Childress again against press. I think we'll put him on a vertical route, and maybe put Pope on an out. Hopefully they don't run into each other. Walker takes the snap. Rolls to the right. We do have Pope, and he hangs on that time. Keeps the feet in at the 30. 4th and 5. Still short. I was trying to set up maybe a better field goal attempt for Castillo, but even this, not in his range. So we are going to have to bring out the offense here. We're not going to punt from the 30, but like I've been saying, a field goal not going to do it. We have Mason on a vertical route here. I don't know if we should keep him as an... We'll just take it into the 4th quarter. So 7-3 still. An uneventful, maybe uninspired game, you would say. But the defenses do have to take over once in a while. If we can add a touchdown here, I think we have a good shot at pulling it out. Even a field goal, I think, would give us a lot more comfortability down the stretch. But even then, I think this UW offense with all their playmakers... And Zach Hughes has been running the ball very well on his touches, especially out of the backfield as well. So I don't know. I think we'll just go Z-spot here, the trusty Z-spot. And Childress should be open, you would think. UW, good spacing, though. Walker takes the snap. Childress is open, and he hangs on for the 1st down. Doug Childress now over 50 receiving yards. 1st and 10 for Marquette. Walker takes the snap. And we got Jack Mason there. He makes another catch. I was a little worried there. The defender hung on him pretty well, but still able to get it to him. Now to 69 receiving yards. And now Craig Jones back out there. Haven't seen him in a while as Watkins goes in motion. Jones the give. As he spins, lost his balance, still gets 5. Now 1st down. Marquette goes play action. And we try to get Mason. Oh my goodness. Simon Lee, almost his 2nd interception, jumped that route tremendously. And we can't be forcing things like that. Super risky. I'm not sure what I'm thinking. Just a little off in this game. You're not going to have it every time. We're going to go option here. We'll audible to an inside run here for McBride. You're not going to have it every game, much like real life. You know, teams aren't always going to have it, but if you can still eke out a win, it doesn't really matter. You just look ahead to the next game. Now McBride off the inside handoff. He'll get ahead for 7. 3rd and 3. UW really stacking the line with the 3 tight ends and a fullback out there, but we'll just go for it anyway. Jeff Harris stood up, should have called the timeout and reset, but good stop there from Jake Johnson. And we're now going to have to kick a field goal from the 5. A 22-yard chip shot here for Castillo. As that kick is up, and it is good. So 10-3 Marquette, 6:26 remaining. And I do feel pretty good now, leading by a touchdown. We'll see if the UW defense or offense can find pay dirt for the first time. Back in week 2, we allowed only 3 points to Houston in that big blowout win, 42-3. But UW probably a better offense than they had. Greg Ward in that game just very off. As good coverage that time, Craig Watkins will knock down Holmes. Now 6:23. And the Huskies desperate to find the end zone. Williams a quick screen there. And Antonio Carr will make the stop out for John Ross, just his 3rd touch. 2nd and 11 now. Williams directly under center in this empty set. He'll drop back. And again, just throws it out. What are we doing? 3rd and 11. I hate plays like that. It just ruins the integrity of the game. It's like 5 wasted plays now, that accumulates for the Huskies. Now Williams will get that for Holmes on the slant, and Derek Perkins there to bring him down. 4th and 6. Looks like the Huskies will have to punt. Like I said before, just uninspired football it seems like in this game, but the fans are going crazy. And Marquette, just a few minutes away from the first 5-0 start in school history. Good coverage that time. Kevin Davis only 4 on the punt return. So we'll definitely try and burn some clock at this point, as we tend to do in these close games. 5:31 remaining. And Craig Jones will get the carry. Slippery cuts on the inside, as he doesn't go down easy, 7 yards. If Marquette were to win this one, start off 5-0, you would think that's enough to get him in the rankings. Now Walker takes the snap. Gonna roll to the right. I'll go for Childress. And a big catch from Childress, working back over the middle of the field. And he gets 18 now. Identical with Jack Mason, each 6 catches for 69 yards. Although Mason does have that touchdown. I was really hoping Mason was gonna streak free there. We could get a big chunk towards that receiving goal, but he was covered pretty well. And now we'll give it to McBride, as he kind of stalled there, only 4 yards. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but Dusty Alexander, starting running back, will return next week against Kansas State. A road game there. Is that Manhattan, Kansas, where the Wildcats play? And now play action as Walker sandwiched there for the sack. That was Joe Mathis, and Carter getting in at the end spots. Good a chip block there, cut block from McBride, to chip Elijah Qualls, but we didn't account for the D ends. Now 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13 now, as we're backed up towards midfield. I think we'll just put Coleman on a 9 here, see if he can break it deep. Really just going vertically here, as Walker takes the snap. And we have Terry, but we can't get the pass off. I should have tried to roll out a little bit more. And this defense has certainly proven to be a huge challenge for us. Eddie Stevens on for another punt, maybe the most punts he's had in a single game this season. Then we're going to try more of a sky kick here and see if we could pin him back. Stevens, the kick is up. And that's a good one. Going to bounce out at like the 4-yard line. So Eddie Stevens, a tremendous punt to pin it back the Washington offense. And they haven't reached the end zone yet. Of course, now they have to drive 96 yards. Now would be the time they get it done, right? We're going to go corner dog here. See if Williamson can hit home. A safety here would be huge. They give to Hughes. Tries to cut it to the outside. And gets 5. A good run there to give him some breathing room. So unfortunately, it looks like we won't hit that tight end receiving goal, which is honestly a pretty big buzzkill. Randy Carpenter, a strong play there on the edge. 3rd and 6. After a good start, Hughes kind of held in check. Just 46 yards on 16 carries. Williams now to pass a quick one there for Holmes. And he stopped short, so 4th and 2. Are they going to go for it? Probably not at the 12, and they are going to rely on the defense again. And now Miles kicking from his own end zone. He does get that one up. Kevin Davis going to field it from the 44 as he crosses midfield. Now Marquette going to start with very good field position as Davis works that in past the 40. Now just 2:30 remaining. Marquette maybe 20 yards from field goal range. A little bit less. We'll see how they attack this drive. Walker will pass here. We're going to check that for the end zone for Craig Jones. Another risky downfield heave. Jones is obviously not a receiver. Hoping he could go up and get that one. But it was not the case. Then he probably should have just ran it there to get the clock moving. Yeah, our game plan in this one, our execution, not really on point. But UW has bailed us out. And I'll go counter here for McBride. And he'll take that ahead for a couple. 3rd and 8. UW does take their first time out. So a conversion here obviously would be huge for the Golden Eagles. 3rd and 8. We are going to pass again. We have McBride. And McBride out of the backfield makes the catch along the sideline to move the chains. And that might be enough to get out of here. Big catch there for Mario McBride. Wasn't sure if we should go with the pass there. Maybe just go back to the run, force him to take another timeout. But it pays off now. Just 2:11. We'll give to Craig Jones trying to bust it to the outside as he worked through a couple defenders there. Gets out for 5 as UW burns their final timeout. 2:07 now as Marquette brings out 3 tight ends. They'll get back to Mario McBride as he's held up there in the hole by Elijah Qualls. Good run stop. Now 3rd and 2 as we're going to be less than 2 minutes now. I'm so tempted to call tight end angle here, but we'll just go run. 1:30 remaining, less than that now. 3rd and 2. A first down wins the game. And Marquette stops short. So that is going to drain more time off the clock. We'll just kick a field goal and make it a 2-possession game. This one I think it said a 30-yarder for Castillo. Only 1 miss so far on the year. As that one is up, and it's good. As Marquette now up 13-3. We'll get another, probably our final studio update of the day. And the Tar Heels do come away with a win at home as they advance to 3-1. Their only loss at the hands of our Marquette Golden Eagles so far. Mitch Trubisky, 4 touchdown passes against the Demon Deacons. And now 47 seconds remaining, a 2-score lead for Marquette. UW with no timeouts remaining. And of course, after this episode, we will get a recruiting update. And hopefully by then, we'll get our first commit of the season. Fuller will take that ahead. And now UW takes over with 43 seconds remaining. And it really doesn't even feel like our defense was all that dominant in this game. I mean, obviously a great showing, only giving up 3 points, but I think only a couple sacks maybe. No interceptions, no turnovers forced. As John Ross, a good catch there at the sideline. Whereas for the Huskies, you know, like 5 sacks in this game, probably the most sacks we've surrendered all season. And an interception as well back there on that first drive. Now Williams to pass. And that one will go out of bounds. 2nd and 10, 35 seconds. Williams now directly under center, out in an empty set. And I wanted to pick there with Perkins so bad, a little late to react as Jones drops it. Now 3rd and 10. UW, like Marquette, 3 out of 13 on 3rd down. Although I think we're like 4 and 14 now at this point, but very similar numbers as they do give to Hughes. And is that going to be a face mask? So now 1st down for the Huskies. Now just 28 seconds. UW now in Marquette territory. And then we'll go with Jones on a tight end angle as Phillip Jones gets a 1st down. 20 seconds now. UW going to spike it, which leaves 18. The end of this game feeling like a basketball game, just taking forever. Now 18 seconds. Williams on the drop back. And he's going to have John Ross there as Carter brings him down short of the 1st down. So 3rd and 1, time continuing to tick. And they probably will get the spike off. Time for one more play. 5 seconds now remaining. The last play of the game upcoming as Williams takes the snap. And Kenny Johnson does get the pass deflection. And 1 second remaining, so we will get the QB Neal XP boost. And you love to see that. A 13-3 victory here for the Marquette Golden Eagles as we advance to 5-0 for the first time in program history. Certainly going to be in the rankings after this game, you would think. It's unfortunate we couldn't hit our tight end recruiting goal, but otherwise, a win is a win. And we've had a lot of exciting games so far this season. A big blowout earlier, a few close games. As Jack Mason is the player of the game, that should give us a recruiting boost. Tight end getting player of the game, but they can't all be exciting victories. This one just 13-3, kind of flat offensively. So we're gonna have to go over some things going into next week. A tough road game against Kansas State. Jack Mason, the lone touchdown scorer in this game. Stick around for a recruiting update, as I'll see it back at recruiting headquarters. The Marquette Golden Eagles are now 5-0 following that victory, 13-3 over UW. We now debut in the polls for the first time at 25, and I think I said we're playing Kansas State next week. We're actually playing West Virginia on the road. I knew it was a road Big 12 game. We have Kansas State the week after that at home, but now a recruiting update, our first, or maybe our second in-season recruiting update. It's been a couple episodes. So Tyson Williams, we just had our visit with him. Obviously, we didn't hit the receiving goal. That would have given us a little boost. And we're still trailing Wisconsin, as it's a 3-team race right now between Wisconsin, Marquette, and Minnesota. But it looks like the Golden Gophers at threat of falling out, and their visit with him not till week 14. So he might just cut them off entirely. So it looks like it's going to be us or the Badgers. And we actually do play the Badgers here in a few weeks. I don't know if that's our visit with him, or their visit with him. I don't think it is, but I think he's probably going to go into the offseason, and he would be our highest priority. Now down here at Stephen Goodman, we just had him in for a visit as well. No bonuses for they have him as a DB, and that's probably where we're going to play him. Eastern Michigan climbing a little bit. Even with our visit, they still jumped 20. We had 5:30, Northwestern leading the way. Looks like a 3-team race. I think Cincinnati might fall out here soon, and their visit with him not till week 13. So looks like it's going to be between us, Northwestern, Eastern Michigan, and I think he's a very, very good safety prospect. Could be a very good receiver as well, but B speed, B agility, A acceleration, 72 hit power, 72 man with 72 press as well, 77 zone with C tackle. So I think he could be an elite level free safety, and hopefully he and Williams go into the offseason, because I don't think either of them would commit to us in season already, having our visits and we're not even leading. So it's going to be an uphill battle for our top 2 targets, but hopefully they just trickle into the offseason and we can prioritize them there. Roger Cook, we do lead. We visited with him, I think, a few weeks back. His only visit so far, and we actually still do lead for him, but Eastern Michigan gaining 95, Michigan jumping back up, although still a ways away. So it might come down to us or Eastern Michigan, and kind of same case here with Goodman, the Eagles of Eastern Michigan leading the way. We'll see what happens with Cook, but we don't need a tackle as bad as we need a standout tight end or a free safety. So Cook, even though the number 12 tackle in the nation, 6'8", 305, he's not as high of a priority as Williams or Goodman, but still a very good player. Hopefully we can maintain our lead. And again, we see Eastern Michigan